Morning everybody. Oh, it's nice to see some blue skies. Wind is cranking though. I'm not sure if anybody's going to be launching their boats this morning, but we'll find out shortly, I'm sure. Oh, it's not as bumpy as it was yesterday. Yesterday was an absolute washing machine. But the gap is quite nice, and the waves themselves are coming through 1-1, so definitely a opportunity for a launch this morning. Kind of doing this video back to front just because of the wind. You can see with this high tide, water pushing in here. It used to go right up there where all the debris is. Alright, so I've come to the pinnacle here, to the point. And look at all this debris, folks. My word. You know, with the previous floods, you would have thought that all the stuff had been washed out already. But obviously not. And we must remember that the floodwaters that I showed you yesterday that are in Shishlui and Pelosi Park, that water is still coming. So I presume this water is the water that from the local region, in other words St. Lucia, Matuba, this sort of area. And look at the size of this raft coming through here, and it's plenty coming around the corner at the back there. My word. And then if I scan across to the other side there, you can see the clean water, the color line there, distinct color line, and that's because of this southwesterly wind blowing. But we thought maybe this debris would clean up, but doesn't seem like it. There's a whole lot more coming. My word. Crazy. There's that big raft just arrived here. There's a massive tree coming through too at the back there. Almost lost for words, folks. Lost for words. A wave coming through there. Obviously, with the high tide, it helps to push the water back up. But the flow of the fresh water is obviously stronger than that of the actual salt water, because all this stuff is still flowing out to sea. But the wave peters out as it strikes this fresh water system coming through. You can see how a lot of the debris has been washed up here in this bay that has formed. But maybe from here you show you better the distinct color line. You can hear all these branches breaking as the waves hit here. Push all this debris up into the rest of it. The other thing too, folks, you must remember that I just come down to film what I see, and I don't want to get involved in all the politics. And maybe you might have noticed that, you know, these comments that come through on the page, I don't answer them because I don't have the answers, and I don't want to get involved in a and an argument. I just want to share with those of you that can't be here what is happening down here at the mouth. A rainbow coming through at the back. There's a small amount of rain falling at the moment, just a drizzle. I was saying that tree stump probably got caught up there in the corner there, but you can see it's actually come around that pinnacle there, and hopefully on the low tide I'll be able to show you, but just goes to show the strength and the power of this water that's coming out. It's a massive tree stump. But I mean, if you look at the speed and where it's traveling, I'm going to hit this wave here. I guess you could go fishing on that. Sunlight come through now, it's beautiful. As I stand and film this log going past, there's another massive tree. Listen to the sound of this water here and the breaking of all the branches as the power of the water goes through. And I'm hoping that my nervousness of the mouth narrowing with this new amount of water and the low tide, it's going to scour a lot more. But we'll find out later on the low. Just going to go along the water's edge here on the way back. And, see there, try and keep it as stable as I can as I ride. Just doing it this way around because the wind is now behind me, and so it doesn't crackle so much inside the mic. But you can see all the debris here. Beautiful rainbow there. This is where a lot of the debris is packed in. So you can see now I'm come down on the low and all this water's run out. Across the edges now. Well folks, I'm trying to get to the water's edge. I'm walking over this debris. I reckon it's probably a meter thick. Right, so got down to the water's edge here, and once again the focus is on that dune that has been eroded away there. And excuse the wind, the southwesterly is blowing. And what's interesting though, there's a long bank now that's been formed in front of it. Until it gets to the surf zone in the front there. But as I scan around, it's amazing to see how much brown water is just flowing out of here. Once again, you can see lots of debris over there, and hopefully I'll be able to ride around that just now. But difficult to even see if at this angle that even the horizon at the back is just brown water as far as you can see. But you can see the flow is really strong, and the main water still hasn't arrived yet. I've received lots of footage from Upriver and surrounding areas, which I'll share on the video. I must say I was expecting more debris, and not that much. See that bank there has been eroded. The gap here has widened, and I believe it's because of the speed of the water coming around, and it's eroded this southern bank away here. And I'm sure as the main flood waters come through, so it's just going to erode away more and more and more. But here's some nice evidence of how this bank has been eroded Yesterday that piece of wood was lying on the sand, or that section of this tree, and now it's all in the water. So interesting how nature's just changing the formation all the time, and that's what I'm loving about this mouth at the moment. So I've just walked around to the spot where I was standing this morning. You can see that little pinnacle over there on the southern bank. It's been eroded quick. A lot of debris now lying on top of that, which is understandable. Got caught up as it was coming through this morning. As I move around, this bank here is nice and steep. But yesterday I could ride around here. Today, not sure it's going to be that easy. Actually walking, I left my bike behind. But monster crocodile over there. See if I can zoom in on him. Oh, he's big. He is a chap that we often see swimming around here. Yo, it's a big crocodile. Nobody's got a chance. If he grabs hold of you, you're gone. Just walking across to this other bank where I rode yesterday. Chaps are fishing. See a big strike there. Maybe there's a fish on there. Zoom across to the other side there, and you can see the hippos lying there. From this position, they just look like rocks. I just come up to the top again, and the drop-off is quite amazing, to be honest. The scouring that's occurring now is big time, and I reckon there's another 3 to 4 days of this still to come. So I've come down to basically where the opening of the bay is. Once again, you can see the amount of debris. Even if I zoom in, you can still lots of logs coming through there. Incredible. And, this drop off here is probably about a meter down to the bottom, and a lot of it is all collected here in the front here. You can see as I scope around, and I'll stop a little bit further down again, try and show you what's happening. Further down now, and there's like 2 steps. You've got this one, and it drops down to that one, and then on the other side goes right down to where that log is. Right, so this is as far as I can go because of all the debris, and basically just get to that point there. That's where I was riding yesterday, and I was showing you the drop off. So all this debris that you see lying here has been deposited today, and it's so thick that I can't get through it, and there's just more and more. With the high tide coming, the pushing tide is going to bring a lot of that stuff and deposit more of it up here. Incredible how it all cracks and creaks as the wave comes through. Alright, I turned around, I'm going to just ride back and film as I ride. You can see at the top here, plenty debris. Trying to find a path. You can see my bike tracks through all of this. Plenty trees, banana trees. Obviously riding over debris and stuff, and so bouncy, but I'm trying to keep it as stable as I can for you. Some more banana trees. Feel sorry for the banana farmers. Let's see, for the authorities' vehicle this that came and turned around to realize they can't go any further. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I think even the boats might struggle to launch. Because of all this debris. I mean, that's why they don't launch out of the mouth, because it's just too much stuff. Yeah, so it all starts all over again. It's quite a big surf there. But riding back with the wind is nice because then I can talk and there's no noise. So this is the Mkuzi River above the Mkuzi Falls near Pongola. You can see how much water is coming. It's just phenomenal. And this water will all be heading into the top end of the lake. Big shout out to Craig Edgar for sending me the stuff from Monzi. So this is the Umfolozi still coming down, and he's got some footage of them Tundus as well.
Jeff, this is the doozy down on the flats, in the middle of the flats there. It is flowing very, very fast. This river hardly moves normally. Jeff, you're talking about the debris. This is the Mwanzi Bridge and it's coming down still. So it just amazes me, as you said, where it all comes from.
So in this photograph here, you can see where all the banana trees come from that are lying on the beach. This is all the Umfolozi River up near Matuba, that area there. So you can see there's lots of water still coming.